Stand-Up Comedy, your host and MC, presents Comedy Appetizers, a podcast where you will find short comedy sets, stories, and funny bits from the famous and not so famous. Here is your host and MC, Scott Edwards.
Hi, and welcome to this week's show of Comedy Appetizers. Man, I got something fun for you this week. It's a short comedy set by one of the cleanest and funniest young comics. He's been working for a couple decades in Northern California, but has been on TV, dry comedy bar, radio, and clubs all over the country. That's right, it's Steve Bruner, and I know you're going to enjoy his comedy. Always entertaining, never offensive, and I think he's just one of my favorites. So let's jump into some terrific comedy by my good friend, Steve Bruner.
I saw a Western not too long ago, one of these things where the cavalry comes in to save the day. Realized the hardest job in the entire world had to be the bugler in the cavalry. He led every single charge in the battle. If there's anything you don't want to be, it's a target making noise. He's just leading his old friends right into the fray, playing his little tune. What were the words to this song? I'm over here. Without a gun. Shoot me first. I hit my recruiter. Like it's not a hard enough job just playing bugle. It's a hard instrument to play. This guy is trying to play it while riding a horse. Like that wouldn't be the toughest job combination. And I hope he had a good dental plan. That's it, you know. Before I joined the cavalry, they used to call me Bucky. And we had a lot of musical instruments leading the charge into bats, like the Scottish Army had the bagpipe player. He was definitely shot first. Usually by his own men. Stuck that in my Tough jobs are everywhere. I think it's got to be a tough job to be doctor, because everybody's nervous about going to the doctor. Figured out why I was so nervous last time I went. It's because they give you that little form that says name, address, phone number. Then line 4 says, in case of emergency. Who do you want us to notify? Perhaps the doctor. I guess if he doesn't know what to do, I should put down coroner. Shouldn't I? This last flight across the country, she actually said, as part of her safety speech, in case of an unscheduled landing. Code word, crash. In case of an unscheduled landing, file out in an orderly fashion. Did you not see us trying to get on the plane? We couldn't manage to get on this sucker in an orderly fashion. We boarded this plane like it was the last chopper out of Saigon. Now you're going to factor death into the equation. And they've made flying uncomfortable for a lot of people now. They've outlawed smoking on airplanes. You think that's a good idea? Yeah, people kind of applaud that. The no people never applaud anything, really. Too busy gasping for breath. It's like, I'd kick your butt if I had the lung capacity. So I think they should still have separate sections. Maybe not smoking and non-smoking, but something to separate us, like withdrawing and non-withdrawing. That way, for a 7-hour flight, I wouldn't have to sit next to Mr. Fidgety, who's being forced to quit. Because you realize in the very first minute you sit next to him, it's going to be a very long flight for both of them. You know I can't smoke. Shoot on my gun, you don't have an ashtray I could lick or anything like that. Once you're in the area, he's bothering the stewardess. Ding, 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 ding. Is there any place I can smoke, or they're having a problem here? Is there like a door to the wing? Maybe a window rolls down or something I can just pop a key with. How about the bathroom? Is the bathroom, it's a felony? Oh God, I hate to be in Sing Sing. What are you in for? Smoking in the boys' room? I until this last flight, I used to worry about a terrorist hijacker. Not anymore. Now I'm worried about some guy in the midst of a nicotine fit. All right, just land the damn thing. Put it down. Somewhere near North Carolina, they grow tobacco there. Hey, I don't start smoking, we all start smoking. Get what I mean?
Well, that was Steve Bruner, ladies and gentlemen. Man, he always makes me laugh. This was recorded live back in, I think the late 80s, early 90s, but he has been doing comedy for a long time, still out doing shows each and every week. Very funny. And I think from what you heard, you would agree. Anyway, wanted to share that with you, just a short comedy set by Steve Bruner. Next week, another great show. And this Sunday, the main podcast, Standup Comedy, your host and MC. So if you get a chance, listen to that on Sundays, Comedy Appetizers every Friday. And again, thanks for being a listener. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Comedy Appetizers. Be sure to share with family and friends, and we will see you this Sunday for our regular podcast, your host and MC, and again next Friday for another episode of Comedy Appetizers. Bye!